Hey guys, how are you doing? Last Friday we have stopped in the program because we have public holiday in Hong Kong, and then this week we continue. This talk we're going to discuss leave a very good impression to me when 1 or 2 years before I come across to her is Equinix. When the AI era comes, then do not miss this good company. It's called Equinix. Equinix is for data center, but it's in the form of weeks, but not like the property. So we will have a brief introduction on Equinix if you do not know about this company, right? Our Falcon Portfolio, I think that actually the investors should be satisfied with the last 1 or 2 months of Nasdaq's performance, right? So our Falcon Portfolio been rised back to 72%, and we hope that tonight, that means Friday, then she will further rise up because the debt ceiling has been solved. Then only wait for President Biden to sign it, right? Okay, then if you want me to, if any readers that want me to introduce on any stock, then you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. And this is our cover. Then when AI era comes, do not miss this excellent company, Equinix. And this is Dow Jones. Actually, Dow Jones been not as good as Nasdaq. You can see that it hold a position of 33,000, but not like Nasdaq. Nasdaq been raised this year for 30% already. Take a look on that. Then at the end of last year is 10,500 something, and then now is 13,000 already. And this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. You can see that actually we only lost in 2022, 10%. The comparison is with the the latest result of 1 year before. So you can see that 2020 is the biggest one, right? When there is the COVID-19. 55% and 21, then we see the downtrend already, but not knowing that it will put up the interest rate. So it's 9%, and then 2022 dropped at 10%, and then this year we rise at 29% from less than half of the year. So like we said before, every year is the same, right? There is something then shown up is potentially dangerous, but actually there is very safe, right? So you can see that then both the two councils been passed the debt ceiling bill, and then just wait for Biden to sign it, right? So the U.S. will prevent its first ever debt default, then we know that, right? And this a little bit maybe astonished because now still work from home in US, because US is the first one in the world that declared that okay, this COVID-19 ended. If my memory serves me well, it's in 2021's lower half year. That means about 2 years before. And then I just read this news that Mark Zuckerberg required employees to return to the office at least 3 days a week starting from September. That means a lot of people still work from home in US. So this is strange to me because in Hong Kong there is really no, right? No employer will permit you to work from home anymore unless your original is work from home, right? So this make me a little bit, still a lot of people work from home in US, right? And for Microsoft, right, then it signs a deal with the AI computing power Then with a company backed up by NVIDIA, it's called a core with, not wave, core with, right? And I checked it online that core with is new startup, right? Very young, this company, and mainly is for cloud service. And the others is you can see that CoreWeave offers NVIDIA graphic cards that other companies ran out. That means other companies ran out and then she offered, right? So it may worth a lot of money if the AI emerge then, but this company is still not have the IPO. That means still no stock. So we cannot buy her stock. So what a pity, right? So we quickly come to Equinix. Equinix is not very old. She's established in 1998, all right? And then she is a Wix main service, or maybe the business is for data center. That means she is building up data center, and then went out. All right. Of course, she is not as good, not as big. Sorry, not as big as Microsoft, Amazon, or Google. But actually, she have a lot of district areas in US, in Europe, in Asia Pacific. She has the data center. So a lot of people that they will also use her service because some area then you really need their data center for passing through of the data. So we can see that actually Equinix stock price been have a very good result unless there is the COVID-19 and then it rises back. We can see that the dividend yield is less than 2%, but actually she is weak. That means a large percentage of the income of the profits is being paid out as a dividend to the investors. And the highest stock price for her is 800 something. So it's just about 10% from this current price. Right? The market cap is 70 billion US dollar. So I have used our old habits, right? 5 years stock price, then you can see that it nearly 100% recover from the interest rate cycle. So take a look on this introduction from Equinix financial report. You can see that then she has the main areas for her data center is in US, the left hand side, and in the middle is for the Europe, and right hand side is Asia Pacific. So many cities they have their own data center server, right? You can see that. In Asia Pacific, you can see in Seoul, Tokyo, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Singapore, and in Europe, a lot of countries, London, Hamburg, Frankfurt, a lot of main countries, areas, and then in US, then you can see in a lot of main cities, she has the data center. Of course, not as many or not as big as Microsoft or Amazon, but she play a role. And then this is her customer, all right? Then all the customer is very famous. Then Azure, Google Cloud, Verizon, Salesforce, Hong Kong Stock Exchange, Tencent, and then for AWS, and then for Susano, and then all of them are very famous. So we take a look on the very top red line. This is the adjusted EBITDA margin. She's still holding at about 45%, which I am satisfied with that, right? After about 10 years, her adjusted EBITDA margin still keep at 45 something, right? Then we can see the revenue keep increasing for the orange line, and then the free cash flow and then that is the red line, keep on increasing, right? I'm satisfied with that. And this is the dividend outlook, right? And this is in cash, right? You can see that for 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, then the every year's dividend in cash keep on increasing, right? Because she is a weeks. And the payout ratio is maintained at 43 or 42, something like that, right? This is according to the deal when they come up into the IPO, right? Okay, we take a quick look on the financial result of the first quarter of this year. You can see the revenue, okay, right? 1.9 billion US dollar, 1.9 billion US dollar, compared with 1 year before, 1.7, then this is good. And then the lower one, the net income, which I put in red tick, right? 0.25 billion US dollar compared with 0.14. That means increased at about 75%, which is good. And then for the current asset is 3.99, about 4 billion US dollar, right? And then 1 year before is 3.3, right? And the forget about the long-term asset, because a lot of them is the property price and the goodwill and the intangible asset. Then you can put it into the figure, but most current money cash flow come from the current asset. And for the current liability is 1.7 billion US dollar compared with 1 year before 1.8, which is okay, right? And we can see that the current liability is way smaller than the current asset. Current asset is 3.99 and the current liability is 1.75. But the total liability is very big, 19. You can see that it's 19 billion US dollar. Although it is a little bit less than 1 year before, 18, but the total liability is very big, right? This is the characteristic of the weeks. A lot of weeks is like that. So this is a condensed. What is the condensed or comprehensive income? Is included all the sub-company, right? Not only Equinix, included all her sub-companies. We can see that actually the included the sub-company, the net income attributed to Equinix is 3.6 billion US dollar. Sorry, 0.36. Compared with 1 year before is 0.18. That means a double, right? Just a double. So this is good. And then for the net cash provided by the operating activity is 0.69 billion US dollar compared to 1 year before 0.58. So I have no problem on that. And then a lot of weeks have a common problem is the long-term liability very high, right? You can see that next year the debt maturity is 1 billion US dollar. And then if you have a good memory, you remember for the 1 year net income for Equinix is 1 billion US dollar, right? So how to say, because this is not the same as property, then the property is worth a lot of money, but for data center not as worthy as property. So if the debt is a little bit more, and then it's not so healthy. You can see that 2025 is the green looks, right, for green energy, and then to 2027, then a lot is for UK, right? A lot is for pounds. So this is a problem on that, right? And then after 2027, then the peak is over, and then, but may not be like that, because actually she will continue to issue the senior notes. But as long as then she build more data center across the world, and then the AI comes, then I think she will be in good shape. At least for the financial balance sheet, then she is not converse. Still can maintain it to be healthy as 1 or 2 years before. So I think actually then she is not has a very good dividend as the property like summer property or realty income. But for this kind of data center service, as long as the AI tide comes, then we should consider this stock, right? For the past 20 years, then should give a very good return to the investor. And then I think that for forthcoming 5 years, then I think she will continue like that, right? So we'll keep an eye on this stock, and then you can also view more information on the internet, or then go to SEC to see her financial results, right? Okay, thanks for watching, and then if you like this video, then please give us a comment and share to your friends, and please help to press the subscribe button and then the bell icon next to it. So I hope everyone have a very good weekend and peaceful. So see you guys on next Friday. Bye bye.